Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Michael, KE4EST. You can see I'm standing up. You can't see my head, but hello. You can see I'm standing up here because I just got this in. Well, it came in earlier today, but just got a chance to set up here. And I took most of the bubble wrap off. And so I just want to show this. And of course you've seen the title of the video, so you know what it's going to be. And I know what it is, but I can't remember them all off the top of my head just right now. But this, I just want to let you experience it as I experience it. And let's see, I better not pick it up by that. Let's do this. Yeah. The workbench is a little messy. Working on some stuff here and there, and I haven't cleaned up. Usually I get it all nice and cleaned up before I start a video. But let's see. I'm making sure I wasn't too much in the way there. Seeing a big cut there in the video, I had to stop for a minute there. But anyway, this is the HP model 711A 711 Alpha power supply. This is a high voltage power supply. I was seeing if it's set it like directly on it, but I think it goes to 500 volts. Let's see here. I think okay. These are buttons here to switch back and forth. Alright. And that's got two different switches here, one for AC and DC voltage. And these buttons here are, this here is your voltage scale, and it says 0 to 500. You can push that and it'll go 0 to 50 if you're adjusting here. You got a coarse adjustment to get it close to what you want. You see, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if you can hear that or not. There's some clicking in there, so it's clicking. One click, two clicks. There's it. So it's changing something in there in the switches or something. I have to look at the schematic. And then this here, you can change the meter. Which I don't know if you have to hold it or not. I wouldn't think so, but it's not a. It's just a momentary switch. But 50 volts full scale. It says if you push that. I guess if you go back, if you push and hold it, we'll find out. For 50 volts or 500 volts, and this one goes to 100 milliamps. This is your meter over here for amperage, and that's 10 milliamps full scale. Two on and off switches, and it's got 6.3 volts right here at 3 amps on each side. Of course, you could bridge it and get 6 amps if you needed to. If you want to have one lead coming out somehow or whatever. Plus and minus and ground. So that's that. I just always thought power supplies was really cool. I found this one here on social media a couple weeks ago. And I've got a thing or two off of there in the past. Mostly I go to swap shops, hamfests, whatever you want to call them. Somebody's replaced the line cord. I can already tell. I'm not over there messing with the camera. I'm just letting it run like it is. So I'll move the camera in closer here in a little bit. But I don't know. But it sure does look, yeah, somebody's replaced that line cord and just left the old piece of the line cord in. The leather strap up here is broke. It's still flaking off. Yeah. This line cord, really good shape they put on there. It's real soft and pliable. So, but you can see the shape that it's in here. I got this off of this guy. I think, now I could be wrong, it could be great uncle, but I think it was his grandfather that he got this from through inheritance or something, or what got passed down. But anyway, he knows nothing about this stuff. He's, he has no clue anything about this things, doesn't mess with this stuff, doesn't do anything with electronics. And he come on there asking, of course, hey, what is this worth? And he's had some other things, And, of course, you had a couple of lowballers kind of come in there. And then a couple of guys said, hey, be careful. There's people that'll lowball you and people that'll try to get it, take some parts out of it or something, and then send it back and say it's a piece of crap. You sold me, even though you might say, hey, I don't want, sales are final, but there'll still be people who try to, then try to go back, get a charge back on a credit card or PayPal or whatever you pay with or whatever. So be careful of that, and on and on and on. And so I noticed it'd been a few hours, and I seen this, and I was like, man, that matches, my 410B, voltmeter, and I'm like, So I thought, well, I sent him a message. Didn't know if he'd respond. Sometimes I send people messages, I don't know on these things. I never get a response back from him ever. Got a response back, I think the next day. I thought, well, this guy's probably not going to respond, but oh well, I tried. And he says, hey, yeah, I've still got it. It's still for sale, but I don't know what to do. I'm not sure, whatever. I don't want to get, ripped off. I don't want nobody to bend me over or whatever and all this stuff. So I was like, well, take your time, think about it. I'll answer any questions. I'm not a guy out there to rip you off. Yes, there are plenty of them out there, and I can understand your concerns. And he's like, is there some kind of service besides eBay? Because I don't do eBay or any of that things. I know what eBay is, but some third party we can go through. And I'm like, I really don't know. I said, I mostly get my stuff at the, Hamfest and things like that, but or buy stuff off of eBay if I find a good deal on it. But other than that, I don't have, I don't know, whatever. You can look at my profile. Here's my YouTube channel if you want to look at that. Of course, I could be lying about that, but you think, so he thought on it for a couple of days back and forth, and then it would be like 3 days before I get anything from him at first. And he's like, sorry, but I've got a wife and kids, and he said, and I don't have time to sit on the computer all day. And he's a young guy. You think, well, most young guys are on the computer, but maybe he is. Maybe just don't get on that. I don't know, but I was like, no problem, man. I've got a wife and 8 kids. Yeah, see there, now you learned something about me. And they're all 8 from the same mommy and daddy, too. But anyway, so I was like, man, I know how that goes. I understand that. I'm not some guy just sitting here just snapping up things on the internet. I just do it for a hobby. I got a little YouTube channel, and so on and so forth. And so he finally decided, okay, he said, what I'm going to do is can I send you a PayPal invoice or a Venmo or whatever? And I said, yeah, either one's fine with me. So he sent me one. I sent him the money, and he sent it to me, and I've got it now. And I told him, I said, if you send me a box of bricks, I'm not going to, I'm the one that got gypped. You could be playing like you're really dumb and don't know anything and timid and shy, but you're the, one that's ripping me off. So I may not get anything, or I may get a box of bricks, or I may get, whatever. So anyway, that's the story on that. So I've got it here. So I just got it in. I don't know if I'll make a YouTube video on this or not, whatever. I seen it, and I wanted to match it, and I've always loved power supplies, just always fascinated with any kind of power supply. Just the way, they work, the way it's set up. They're, simple little linear power supplies are real easy for anybody to build. When you first start off in electronics, that's the first thing anybody should try to do. After you learn about resistors, capacitors, and so on and so forth, and how it kind of works, you need to, build your first little project. that's not with Arduino or whatever stuff, which I love microcontrollers and Raspberry Pis and stuff. There's, what's this? I got stuff the other day. Oh, here it is. That new Raspberry Pi Zero 2. I've already got a couple of them. But you need to get hands on and learn this stuff without a microcontroller doing it all for you. And power supply is a great place to start. So let me just quit rambling on here and move the camera, and we'll take this thing apart. But before I move the camera, I'm gonna guess here if it's like the other stuff. Let's see what happens if I take. Oh, that's really loose. Is there a nut on that? Oh, of course, and this one's Phillips. It's heavy, so there's a transformer in it, but it could be fried. Huh. Let's see if these come out. It's tightening up, okay. This almost, that feeling feels like it's got a nut on it. I think it's because it's two layered here. Yep, that came out. So, and this side's Phillips. I would say, yeah, this Phillips here, just rounded off. This is original, most likely. Anything going to happen there? Well, how's this thing come apart? May have to take screws out of front too. I thought maybe that would be, and that might just be something I didn't have to take screws out for. Yeah, see on the front here, these match that Phillips. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I'm going to take, something's going to fall apart here. Let's see what's on the bottom of this thing. Oh, wait. I felt it give. Okay, so maybe this is maybe it's locking screws. Do you think? Oh, yes. Make sure this cord comes out here. Be careful too. Somebody might try to plug this in and send it to me, and these caps are charged up. Well, it looks good so far inside. Everything looks. What's going on here? See, I'm trying to be real careful not to just reach under. Grab a handful of capacitor somewhere. There we go. Oh, there we go. This is kind of killing my fingers here. Selenium rectifiers. I've seen them right off the bat. What did I unscrew in the back that didn't need to be? Oh, no, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, it's fine. Ooh, a 6L6. I see that, 2 of them. Right off the bat, pretty sure. Ooh, I thought I felt something. Maybe I didn't. Let's see. Yep. 6L6 GC. Let's just put that back for now. Alright. Little paper capacitors, blah blah blah. Okay, I'm going to start on the bottom. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start on the top. Let's see if I can do this way. That ain't going to work. Well, yeah, maybe. Okay, let me move the camera and I'll be right back. Alright, that gives you a better look on the inside here. Alright, so you see these tubes here. I have the retainers on it, so you can jostle it around, move it around without these getting loose. So it's kind of made military-ish is the new, what people say these days, ish. I think there is a military version of this. I have to look all that stuff up. Now this is 6L6, 6L6. Maybe a 6U8. I don't know what that is or what that is, but that really looks like a 6. Gosh, if I say it, I get it wrong. Let's see. I love guessing at these. That one, 6KD8. Oh, 6KD8. Interesting. So you can see there's the big nice HP gray transformers. All these paper capacitors. Well, they're electrolytics, but the paper top on is through the metal can. Like here's one up here is a metal can. These are paper. They'll all have to go bye-bye, of course. I don't know. Let's get it set up. What do we got here? Well, it's a combination of roundies and, oh, wait a minute, maybe that's not a roundy. I'll say Allen Bradley style and roundies, but no, yeah, let's look at that closer later. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 selenium rectifiers. You can't see all of them, can you? There's the 2 big ones on the bottom here. So those switch. Let's see. There's these switches. That loose? No. There's a switch here. It's kind of harder to see. Down there, lift it up. So now turn this course adjust. Mainly, all it's doing. Oh, wait a minute. It's flipping these switches and it does have potentiometer coming up here. Maybe you can see it. Maybe you can't. Oh. Right. Oh, you can't see it. Let's just do this. It'd probably like it better anyway. There we go. Oh, interesting. It's got them on top. 6U8, it's V3, it's up here. What I happen to notice. You can kind of see the bottom over here. 6U8, 6L6. 2 6L6s, 2 6U8s, and a 651 or 6. Okay, I see. There is nuts. I see that. Moving right there. So I just take those 2 screws out in the back, and that's what I thought initially, but this wouldn't move. But anyway, so somebody's went here and put a pencil mark on what's what there. But first. Split second there, I was like, where is the rectifier tubes? Here's your rectifier tubes. They slide in rectifiers. Of course, they're not a tube. That's 1 capacitor. That's a single capacitor. That's 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, and 2, and 2, 4, and 4. So 12, electrolytics that's got to go. And let me turn it out of the way just so it's easier to see. Do that for now. Well, that'll be good. I'd like to see. Look at that Payco. Not the same one though, I don't think. Nice HP transformer. Looks pretty. Clean it up. You get these here. And if you're not familiar, these are called Bumblebee style capacitors. These are 2 capacitors here. That one's all nice and ramped up, but that's probably a capacitor too. So yeah, so that's the inside. So everything's there. I worked my lesson on. That's interesting. If you can see this. Be careful, I stick my fingers. I'm trying to twist this wire a little bit. You see that? I don't know if you see that. I don't know why that auto adjustment on the camera is going crazy. But that's burn marks. You know, these things are all hand assembled. There's some regular silicon. Oh, this is interesting. Look what I found. Okay. I just found something very interesting. You might have already spotted it when I had it like this, but I just now seen this. Now see, that side's fine. Yeah. Let me reposition the camera. The camera's not like I exactly wanted it. I get that, but I think you can see it. Oh. I think you can see it okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. They're pretty small, so it's like 1N4001. I can't see that writing on it, but looks like 1N4001s that somebody has. And you go back to the selenium rectifiers here. Maybe hard to see, maybe you can't. Yeah, you can see. There's no wires. I mean, some of it's still going there. Like I guess that was a common ground or some kind of common there. May not be a ground, but they've disconnected these and replaced it with. So this has definitely been into before. So I started to say this here may have happened during assembly at the factory because this is all hand put together, you know, back in the day. But let's see, somebody had to lay in here and put a soldering iron in here. Most likely, yeah, most likely the person that went here and did this did that because this is really, really sloppy. They just kind of twisted together, threw them in there. Everything's hanging in midair. I just don't want to touch it. Let me try a different angle here. See, you can see them. You just can't see them. I mean, they're there. This is the side of it. These are those diodes. But see how it's just hanging in midair. Woohoo! Yeah, gotta fix that. Which I was going to replace all these anyway with diodes. And I may just take these out. I may leave them in there like somebody else has done. But I may take these out so I can have a place for some kind of ceramic standoff or something. Yeah. So this thing probably will fire up. This, yeah, you can barely see at the top. Let me bring the camera up. The end of the this Bumblebee here is all cracked, so that's probably not very good. Well, let's see if we see anything else. Huh. This is very interesting, isn't it? Wow, that's got a bunch of crap coming out the side of it there. Yeah, this selenium rectifier here is the one that blowed. And that probably smelled really great. But so this has gotten replaced, but it definitely wasn't professional. But it got replaced at one time. Probably the guy's grandfather, if he said he thought he had a bunch of stuff for years. And of course, he could have got it from somebody at a swap meet or a ham fest or something, in the last several years, and he did it himself. This is all boogerish looking too. You can't see that. Let's see. Right here. That's all weird, goofy looking. I mean, that just don't look pretty factory like it should. So somebody has did something there. I'll have to pull that. They've taken this in and out. It's got some mileage on it there. You got marks. They've twisted it. See how this one up here looks a lot cleaner. But it's got the paper cap, or it's got the cap on the cap. The cap on the capacitor. This might have been restuffed. Have to look at that too. But at least everything's here, and I hope everything's, nothing's fried or smoked, or hopefully the power or the transformer's good. As long as the transformer's good and none of these main potentiometers have gotten smoked really bad or anything, this thing should come back to life nice and pretty. It's going to be a lot of capacitor replacement, which I figured that it's a power supply. And I didn't even think about these Slendium rectifiers until I slid the case off. This ought to still be good as GE. Of course, I'm just joking. But some people say, leave them in there if it's working. Yeah, if it's on something that's really, really low current, maybe if you want to try to leave it in there. And if it does go, it's not make sure everything's fused and ain't nothing going to be bad. But while I'm into something, I like to go ahead and change them out. So I will do that. And this has got a fuse. Line cord goes to the fuse, off the fuse, up to the wire loom, up into the AC on and off switch. So at least they got the hot line going straight to the fuse like it should and up. Okay, so that's this. I just thought you guys might find it interesting to go through this and me see, as I got it. And I get this stuff all the time in, and I take it and tear it apart and look at it and put it back together. And sometimes it sits on the shelf for a month or two or a year or two. Because I'm just always curious to see what somebody's done to it or what's inside of it. So maybe I'll restore this and make a video about that. Got some other things going on, but I might just switch over to this. I kind of like this. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like little button thingy down there. Try to stir up some more stuff on YouTube. Maybe it'll bring in more people. Until the next video, this is Michael, KE4EST 73.